Yo, you're Kill Dominus the Gang. You're back with another video, and today it's been a little minute since I made a video, so we got to come back, man. And we're just gonna do a little week halfway through the NFL season. I think we're on week 8, week 9 right now, and we're gonna do a little power ranking on the teams right now because we did one at the beginning of the season. I got to do one midway through the season to see at least how accurate we was. And like, comment, subscribe, let's go ahead and get into the video because I ain't doing too much talking. So we got Super Bowl teams, of course, playoff locks, teams that will for sure be in the playoffs, maybe wild card teams that I could see in a wild card, but could also potentially see missing. Think about the draft pick teams, and oh boy, think about the next couple of drafts because some teams wasn't looking very good. And I don't even want to do too much talking. Let's go ahead and get into it. Comment down below your favorite NFL team. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on that post notification, everything, and anything helps. So comment down below. First of all, we're gonna start off with. Actually, we start off with. Actually, we'll go in this order. So the Arizona Cardinals, maybe I'm putting maybe wild card, just because the division is looking super weak right now, and I think they might be number 1 in it. Cause I know they beat the 49ers and they lost to the Rams, but the Rams and tied. Maybe at this point they could be number 1. I literally don't even remember right now because it's like a tie between all of them. But I know they beat the 49ers. And the Cardinals just beat the Dolphins too, so they probably is still number 1 in Seattle. Yeah, they probably is number 1 because Seattle lost. Yeah, so I can actually see them winning that division potentially. You got to see how the 49ers look when they get more healthy, if they ever do get more healthy. But 49ers is getting CMC back. But for now, I put them in the maybe wild card. Atlanta Falcons, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a playoff lock. They're gonna win their division. I think Tampa Bay is on the downhill because of injuries. Carolina's not good, and there's other team, Saints. I don't think the Saints were good. I never thought the Saints were good. So I think they'll for sure be a playoff lock, and they're a pretty solid team in my opinion. Ravens, I think they're a Super Bowl team, Super Bowl contender team. Don't even got to go into it. It's the Ravens. Lamar Jackson playing like a 3-time MVP. Derrick Henry playing like Offensive Player of the Year. Crazy. Buffalo Bills. I might sound like a hater, but I'm gonna put them in playoff lock. They'll for sure be in the playoffs, but I don't think they're a Super Bowl caliber like team, if that makes sense. I just see them as like the notch under, just because like I don't really believe in them for real yet. I just got to see it yet. I just don't believe in them because when they played another team like the Ravens, they got milly-whopped. But they have been looking better lately. They beat Seattle, even though I'm not the hound of Seattle, and they beat. I don't know. They really don't beat nobody, but they do got some tough games coming up. They play the 49ers. If the 49ers looking healthy, they play the Chiefs, so we'll see. But for now, they're a playoff lock. Panthers, oh boy, don't even got to go into it. The Bears, maybe wild card. I think the Bears have been playing pretty good football on the defensive side. Caleb Williams needs to get. He was looking better every single game, but the last game he didn't play good. He's got to play better than that. But I can still see him being on the wild card. They're probably any other division, they'll probably be winning it or tied for the first. But they're 4th in theirs because that division has just been playing so good football this whole year. So maybe wild card. That whole division is gonna be over. Maybe wild card. The Bengals, maybe wild card. We just got to see with them because they start off like 0-3, 0-4, like 1-4. They're like 3-5 now, or something like that. They have a lot of losses right now, and they'll have to win like basically just win out these last couple games. I think before to lose like 1 or 2, and they got to play the Ravens one more time, and they got to play the Steelers twice. The Steelers have been looking kind of tough, and you never know with this Bengals team, and that defense is atrocious. So maybe wild card. The Browns, think about draft pick. Their team's not that good. Actually, think about next couple drafts because they're in a very tough situation right now. Even though they did beat the Ravens, but I'm not taking that crazy. Like, turnaround of the season. They still have a quarterback issue. And I think if I was them, I'm trading Myles Garrett, get some picks out of him because their window is closed officially. Like, you got to rebrand your whole team. They got rid of Amari Cooper. I think master trade Myles Garrett, get some picks, get some draft assets, and cut ties with Deshaun Watson. The Cowboys, think about draft pick. I don't think the Cowboys make the playoffs. They're not a good team. They're the 3rd best team in my opinion of the division. And they haven't been playing good football. Their defense sucks. They can't run the ball. Dak has regressed. And I'm not even a big Dak guy, but I feel like Dak has regressed. So think about the draft pick. They got to get better. Jerry, do better. The Broncos, maybe wild card. I still don't. They've been playing really good football on the defensive side, and Bo Nix has been competent on the offensive side. They've been straight. But I'm not gonna say they're a playoff lock because I could easily see them like flaming out and losing games towards the end of the year because they do play the Ravens. They got to play the Chiefs. I think they play the Chiefs 2 more times. The Ravens. I don't know anybody else that they play off the top of my head. I think they play Cincy. So there's some tough games in there that they could lose. But I'm putting maybe a wild card. Really surprising team because I probably had them down here in the beginning in my original power ranking video. Detroit, Super Bowl contending team. They're up there with the best of them. Don't even got to comment on them. Green Bay Packers. I want to put them in Super Bowl because I really think they could contend with the best. But we'll come back to them. But for sure, playoff lock right now. Texans, playoff lock. I don't have them a Super Bowl team though. I don't think the Texans, like, how they win their games isn't convincing enough, and they don't really show me anything that shows like, oh, Super Bowl winning team, caliber team. But I do think they'll for sure be in the playoffs. The division kind of sucks. Well, it does suck. But for sure, playoff lock. But actually, when we're done, we'll like organize these teams for like who I think is better and worse. So next we got the Colts. Actually, legitimately, they're right here because they're still in the playoff hunt. But Anthony Richardson has looked really, really bad. I don't really like them starting Joe Flacco though, just because like you have this young quarterback. You knew he was a project. He only has like 10 starts in the league. So like I say just ride it out with him if I was them. But they're going to Joe Flacco, so they're potentially in a wild card game because Joe Flacco does give them opportunity to win games. Jaguars, they've actually been playing a little bit better lately. But there. Dougie P's got to go soon. Chiefs, don't even got to do too much talking on the Chiefs. Chargers, maybe wild card. Rams, maybe wild card. That whole like division has like kind of a maybe wild card. But we'll talk about the Rams when we get into the rankings a little bit. Raiders, just think about your draft pick next year. Dolphins, I don't think the Dolphins make it. I'm putting them thinking about the draft pick right now because that team has a lot of flaws in my opinion. Vikings, put there. Patriots, think about draft pick. Even though they did beat the Jets that 1 week. Saints, you just kind of get to like some of these sorry teams. There's really no point in commenting on. Giants, like they're not doing enough with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones should be gone next year. Draft Shedeur, Campbell, or someone like that. Jets, maybe wild card. Eagles, playoff lock. Steelers. As much as I'm a Steelers hater and I want to pray on their downfall so much that they don't make the playoffs, but Tomlin, playoff lock, probably. Seattle, maybe wild card. 49ers, I'm going to say 49ers a playoff lock. I don't see a word that they don't get in. At least just everybody just gets hurt. Tampa Bay, I don't think they make it. I think they get out. The injuries have really brought them down. I thought they would get in if it wasn't for that, but the injuries got in, and the NFC is looking pretty tough. Titans there. Washington. I don't really know. I'm putting them right. I don't want to say a playoff block because I can really see them not going. All right. So we're going to start at the top. Super Bowl contending teams. I'm going to put Kansas City number 1. Just because you got to respect them. They're undefeated. Then I put Baltimore, Detroit. Call me a meat rider. I think the Ravens will beat the Lions if they played. So them 3 right there, I'm not touching them. Zach stays like that. Now this next tier teams, the playoff locks. I think the best team here is, I don't want to put the 49ers because like really, some players, I don't know what they're going to do. Just got to get help to get CMC back and we'll see how it looks. But I think the Eagles, if they play, the Eagles have been playing really good football lately. But I think they're starting to play really more to their ceiling and then their floor. I think if the Eagles really could get it going, they could be up here. But I'm putting them right there for now. I keep the Bills. Texans really got to show me something. I put 49ers with the Texans. I like the Packers. Give me Green Bay right here and give me the Falcons right here. And I saw something on TikTok though. Somebody was saying like the Falcons crash out towards the end of the year. I don't think that. I think the Falcons are a really good, solid team. 49ers, Houston, Pittsburgh. I still don't really believe in Pittsburgh's offense, but they're right there. We'll put them right there. I like that for now. Then down here, probably put the Vikings all the way up here. Even though the Vikings might crash out the rest of the year for real. They did it last year. They lost a lot of games towards the end of the year. But we'll see. I still have faith in them. Then we got the Cardinals, the Bears, the Bengals, the Broncos, Seattle, Colts. Colts is probably the worst team here. I think the Rams. I could really see a world that the Rams win. Actually, I could see a world that the Rams win that division over the 49ers. That really makes me want to bring the 49ers down. Because I really think the Rams could win that division over the 49ers. I'm going to put the Bears up some more. Denver's got to come up some more. Cincy could come up some more. Washington's got to come up some more. Because they're playing like one of the best teams. I'm not a believer in Seattle. I think Jets are better. I think Jets really have a legitimate shot. I think the Rams over the Vikings, though. And give me the Jets over the Vikings. Really? Rams is top of that. I got a lot of faith in the Rams. I feel like Washington's going to... Actually, let's look this up. I'm going to Google real quick. I just want to look at Washington schedule for these next couple games. Because for some reason, I feel like they're going to crash out. So who they got next? They beat Giants. Steelers, that's a tough game. Philly, that's a tough game. Cowboys division rival is still going to be tough. So that's three. After the Giants, 3 tough games in a row. Then we got the Titans. They'll win Titans. They'll beat Saints. Eagles is going to be tough. Falcons is going to be tough. Cowboys is going to be tough. See what the standings is looking like. 6-2. Cardinals is winning the division. That was a 3-way tie. And the Rams only a game behind. I think the Rams can really take full advantage. It's like, what's the 49ers schedule? 49ers, they got the Buccaneers. Oh, that's not going to be tough. Seattle, this division's game. It'll be tough. They'll probably win, though. Green Bay, Buffalo, the Rams again. Detroit. Cardinals could be tough. Miami could be tough, man, because Miami's going to try to get that playoff push. And they play the Bears, which could be tough. Could be tough. Dang, this is actually kind of tough. We'll come back to maybe wild card. These trash teams, though. Panthers at the bottom. It's just like that. They're all in the same order. Me, Patriots at the top, though. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's better than Dallas. One fully healthy. Yeah, I like that. And I really like my ranking so far, like, of these teams. Well, if I'm going to do it, like, what teams are really better? I think Green Bay's better than Buffalo. I'll keep it. Now, Houston really fell off because of the injuries, man. Really, Pittsburgh probably beat Houston. I'm going to get so much hate on this. Oh, my goodness. I think Chargers are better than Seattle. I think Chargers are better. Right. Give me that. Denver's been playing better football than Cincy, man. But I think Denver would beat... I think Cincy would beat Denver, I feel. And they beat the Bears. I put the Vikings right there. Dang, this is tough, man. Do I think Cincy would beat the Bears? I think they would. Would I beat the Vikings? Screw it, I'm going to keep it like this. Yep, just like this. We're going to keep it like that, man. This is what I'm going with. It's KC, Baltimore, Detroit is my Super Bowl contending teams. Right under that's the playoff locks. Some of these teams could jump up in the second half. We will see. But I got the Eagles, the Packers, Buffalo, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, Houston. Maybe wild card teams I can see getting in our wild card spot. Rams, Jets, 49ers, Washington, Minnesota, Cincy. Oh, shoot. The Bears, Denver, Arizona, Chargers, Seattle, Colts. Think about your draft pick time. Tampa Bay, just because not Tampa deserves to be here. I just feel like the injuries will bring them down and they won't be able to make that playoff push, I think, especially with a stacked NFC, because how many NFC teams do I have on here? Like a better Tampa Bay? Ahead of Tampa Bay, we got Detroit is 1. Philly, Green Bay, ATL. That's 4 right there. Then 5 is Rams, 6 is 49ers, 7 is Washington, 8 is Minnesota, 9 is the Bears. Then I got the Cardinals. I was like 13 teams, like 10 teams, 11 teams ahead of Tampa Bay. I feel I have a higher chance of getting in before them now. Yeah, old boy, think about the next couple draft picks. The Patriots, even though I like the Patriots doing, but they got to get some more weapons, get that get a little bit better. I like Drake May though. Jaguars, you got to get rid of Dougie P and Trevor Lawrence. Hopefully, can get some games, start playing a little bit better. Even though the Jaguars, they won like 2 games in a row, then they almost beat the Packers with Malik Willis. And nothing that's holding the Packers back is Jordan Love has to stay healthy. Stay healthy. The Browns, I think they should blow it up. Raiders, I think the Raiders should trade Max Crosby too. Just because the Raiders, like, your window isn't with Max Crosby's. You're not gonna win with Max Crosby. You're not gonna get that good. At least I don't know. At least they feel like they could get a good quarterback and they'll just uplift everything else. Now maybe, but Tennessee. I think Tennessee actually has a solid roster. Just quarterback play is really holding them back. And Carolina's the worst. Carolina's a terrible situation. I don't even like what they did with Bryce Young or nothing like that. So this is what we got so far, man. Like, comment, subscribe, comment down below what you think, and probably go ahead and flame me because you're not gonna agree with my decision. Well, my opinion, but that's why we can comment down below. We can talk about it and have a blessed day, man.